Hi, I'm Judy Blume, and I write books. When I was about 4, my mother took me every week to the public library in Elizabeth, New Jersey, where I climbed up what seemed like 100 rickety steps, outdoor steps, to get to the children's room. And once I was there, my mother left me, she was there, but it seems to me anyway that she stayed out of it. And I sat on the floor and I picked the books off the shelves, and before I ever opened them, I sniffed them. I loved the way they smelled, so warm and ripe and wonderful, and then I would open them. And to this day, when one of my books comes, a new book that's just been published, the first thing I do is sniff it. They don't smell the same anymore, but that printer's ink and mixed with all the children who had read it before me. So I learned to love books early on. It's funny because I don't really remember being read to. I don't think my parents' generation knew to read to children as much as I did and my children do to read to theirs. My house was filled with books, and we had bookshelves flanking the fireplace in the living room, and I would sit on the floor there at 12 and take the books off the shelves and read them. And I discovered Salinger and Bellow and O'Hara and Rand. I discovered so many wonderful writers. I'm sure I had no idea what I was reading, but I loved reading these books. And even if I didn't get it all, I got enough. I got a taste of what the adult world was all about, and that's really what I was interested in by the time I was 12 and 13. I don't want to say that my parents didn't read to me, because clearly they did, and Madeline was my favorite book, my first great love, and I memorized that book, and so clearly someone was reading to me. It's odd that I don't remember that experience of being read to when I was small, but there was a coziness in the family, and books were a huge part of it. Both my parents were readers. It was my mother who handed me the diary of a young girl, Anne Frank's diary. She never said, "You have to read this." This was long before these books were, part of a middle school curriculum. It was my mother who gave me To Kill a Mockingbird. We shared books. We didn't really communicate. We didn't talk a lot at all, really. My father was the great communicator. My father was the storyteller. He was a wonderful storyteller, and he was always asked to MC his dental society dinners because it was funny, and he could tell jokes, and he was very good at it. And everybody loved my father. My friends came to the house and loved to be with my father. But from them, I think I developed a love of reading because they were always reading.